So in this tutorial today we're going to learn how to build a rocket using the edit mode, and we're going to learn some new tools such as extrude and scale, and learn how to make some complex objects. And we're going to learn how to shade our objects as well and shade individual sections of our rocket. So for the start we need to go to deleting our cube. Press X to delete the cube, and then we're going to add a mesh cylinder. When we add the mesh cylinder, it's really important to remember that we don't click off of that menu. So we've lost the menu that we want to use, which is at the bottom here. So we're going to go to add mesh cylinder again. Down here there's a menu that says add cylinder. So what we want to do is we want to change the properties of this cylinder to make it 20. And so we're going to change the vertices, which is going to change these vertical sides, the vertical faces of the cylinder. So we're going to change that to 20 and press enter. You notice it's changed the sort of detail of the cylinder. So we're going to move the cylinder up, and we're going to move it in line with the X and Y axis so it sort of stands on the ground. Okay, we're going to select the object and we're going to go to the edit mode. This will allow us to change the properties of the shape and not make it a bit more complicated than just a normal cylinder. So now we've got edit mode, we can see what the shape is made up of. So we can see the shape is made up of these little dots that are called vertices or vertexes. We've got the lines that join these faces together. We've got these individual faces that are called faces. That's what makes up the 3D shapes. So to start with, we're going to look underneath the rocket and we're going to select some edges to pull out as the rocket fins. That's our first stage. So we're in this edit mode at the top here. We're going to go to this edge select mode and we're going to select multiple edges using the shift key. So I'm going to hold the shift key and I'm going to select one. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to select the next one. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to select the next one. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Select the next one. So I've now selected 4 of the edges, and I'm going to use the scale tool. I'm going to press S, just press it once, and then it's going to allow me to scale those edges outwards. So if I pull the mouse out, those edges come out. Okay, it hasn't done it. So I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to try that again. So I'm going to go to my edge select tool. I'm going to select one edge. I'm going to hold shift. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all of our edges selected. So what I think I did the first time was I held shift down to begin with, which was selecting the whole object before I started, so it wouldn't stretch it out. So let's try that again. Let's press S to stretch it out. And there we go. It's now going to stretch out the fins. That'll be fine. So now I've stretched out my fins, and then we can go out and have a look at our base for our rocket. That looks kind of cool already. Okay, so we've built the bottom of our rocket. Now what we can do is make the rocket fins at any sort of size we want. We can experiment with these edges and vertices to make the edges more pointy. You can do that yourself. But the next job we're going to do is build the top side of the rocket. So I'm just going to move it around so it's suitable for me to see. I'm going to change the edit mode to select face. I'm going to select the top face of the rocket and I'm going to press E to extrude. And I'm going to press E again to bring me another section. And I'll press E to extrude another section. So that's going to give me the size of the rocket I want. It's got 3 big sections, it's got a fin base, at the bottom. And this section now I want to turn into a pointy cone for the rocket's sort of top bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press S to scale, okay? And that's going to allow me to move the circle and make the circle really small. And it allows me to make a scale. I'm going to undo that again. I'm just going to show you that. I'll press Ctrl Z to undo that. So I'm going to use this menu at the top. Okay, I'm going to go to that face select. I'm going to select the top face. I'm going to press S to scale. And I'm going to move that in. If I twist my mouse pointer, it all goes a little bit crazy, look. So I need to make sure that I'm really careful, really slow when I move that in. I just move that in to the very top like that. So I've made my rocket and it's pretty good. We can zoom in and we can check what our scaled pin looks like. So that shows us just a really fine detail, small circle just in there. Okay, so we're zooming out. There we go. So that's stage one, that is building our rocket.